I lost my spot and I don't know where I am anymore. Are we? No? Oh, we're still going. We're still going.
Yeah,
Greetings, people of Earth. My name is Rob Wieland. I'm an author, game designer, and professional nerd. With me, as always, are the Theater of the Mind players, and we are here live from Concinnity in scenic Milwaukee, Wisconsin, with extra jazz hands for our first anniversary live show on Twitch. We have been doing this silly game-playing thing for the better part of a year now, and we are very excited to have you here with us this afternoon so that you can enjoy us playing the classic Star Wars RPG. Now, there have been several Star Wars RPGs, and all of them, in some way, shape, or form, have been classic, but this one has a particular special meaning to me. This is, of course, Star Wars Saga Edition, which came out in 2007 or 8? I think that sounds about right. This is a D20 compatible RPG that came out after. You're gonna look up. You're gonna actually look up and do facts, Tawny? Why would you?
fact check.
No fact checking. We tell people lies.
And Rob, who happened to write?
Yeah. Don't worry. I'm gonna talk about myself. Don't worry. This is
2007.
2007. Thank you very much, Tawny. Please come on in. Have a seat. Take a shot. We have the Star Wars RPG. It has a very special place in Star Wars fans' mythology because it's one of the rare role-playing games that has actually had an effect on the property with which it was a game of. In 1987, when West End Games first released the seminal Star Wars RPG, Star Wars was dead. Nobody cared about it. And slowly but surely, as people realized that people still love Star Wars, that's when the EU started. And many of the authors of the extended universe used the source books from those West End game books as the basis for their materials. And so if you look at your favorite expanded universe books and movies and games and things like that, you'll see stuff that first appeared within the confines of the Star Wars role-playing game. And now that the expanded universe has become the Legends universe, and there is the quote-unquote new canon, some of those elements are still being returned into the Star Wars universe bit by bit and piece by piece. Grand Admiral Thrawn being an excellent example, returning via the Rebels TV series, who started out in the Heir to the Empire series written by Timothy Zahn, who used a ton of the role-playing game material as source material. So the storied history of Star Wars role-playing game is great, but the reason that I'm running this game is not only because it's a great game, but because I got to work on it. This is probably one of my greatest personal pride accomplishments in my writing career is being able to look at the books. Oh,
I'm gonna find you.
I'm not in the core book.
Wrong one.
Nice try though.
He is in one that is one of the more rarer and collectible ones, and worth the most on the secondary market.
I will say it's very weird seeing a lot of these books now, because these books are 10 years old, 15 years old, on the secondary market, and going on eBay and being like, somebody will pay $200 for that book that I worked on? Should I sell that book that I worked on? Spoiler alert, I shouldn't.
Wait until it's 500.
No, I actually have a funny story that allows me to name drop here. So one of the first books that sold out for this series was the book that detailed the Knights of the Old Republic setting, which was wildly popular. I literally just downloaded it on my phone today because it's on sale, and I can play KOTOR on my phone.
Wow.
Yes.
You didn't know that?
Yep.
I've beat it 3 times on my phone so far.
Literally half the crew has pulled out their phones and was like, download. That'll be done by the time we're done playing. And that book got the author of the comic series, John Jackson Miller, to work on the actual RPG book. And that was one of the first of the series that sold out completely. And I ran into him at a convention, and I was talking with him, and I mentioned to him, like, oh, so have you made thousands of dollars off of the author's copies that you sold online? Because this was back when books were, it was whenever a game goes out of print, there's kind of a weird curve of oh, it's out of print, nobody cares about it anymore, and you can get books really cheap, and now it's a collector's item, good luck, sucker. And I asked him, I'm like, well, so are you just going to retire from writing and make your money off this? He's like, so I have a funny story. I did have a bunch of author's copies, and I saw that these books are going for $200 a pop. So I figured, cool, I'm going to put up 5 of them on eBay and sign them, and I'll make an easy $2,000. None of them went for more than half cover price.
Aww.
Because that's how the secondary market works, kids. I got to work on 3 books for the line. I worked on the Scavenger's Guide to Droids. I worked on the Jedi Academy Training Manual, and I worked on the Unknown Regions, which was the last book of the series. And it was a ton of fun going through this game once again to help our crew build their characters. And it was a weird, fun trip down memory lane a little bit. So not only have I've lived 2 of the most important dreams that a writer who works on a large media property can do with this. One of them being, of course, being able to hold that book in your hands and see your name underneath that logo from when you were a 5-year-old kid, and the other one being that somebody on the internet complained that I ruined Star Wars for them.
Perfect.
So to whoever said that I did the stats for Grandmaster Luke Skywalker wrong on the long defunct Gleeman X WotC forums, I say thank you. You've warmed my heart. Our viewership went down by 1. Weird. Anyway, so let's talk a little bit about the game. Star Wars Saga Edition is a D20 style RPG, and it's interesting from a design perspective because it's kind of a glimpse of how things might have gone in an alternate reality after the end of 3rd edition. You can see a lot of elements that ended up in later editions of Dungeons & Dragons get their start here, but you can also see this game kind of struggling, deciding, well, do we want to be easier to access, or do we still want to keep the flexibility of the 3.5 system and kind of the building of it? Everybody here has played Dungeons & Dragons, so you should know the basics of roll a d20, add a thing, blah blah blah, and those are the basics of it. But as we go around, because because we're hardworking here at Theater of the Mind players, I built these characters, and I had a fun time doing it. But I also struggled with the math, which is also a recurring theme here on Theater of the Mind players.
Yes. I was not.
And literally, I printed your character sheet out 4 different times because every time I did somebody else's, I was like, oh, shit. I forgot to add that +3 over there. Okay, hold on. I got to redo that. They chose kind of the character concepts, and then I built characters that more or less fit those concepts. So what we're going to do is we're going to have everybody go around, introduce themselves, and talk about their character, and then I'm going to give a short rules brief on some of the stuff that their character can do within the context of the game. So let's start with... Who do we want to start with? Let's start with the Ewok over here. That is some dedication to his character right there, friends. He made that costume himself.
The Flash. My name is Ethan Anderson, and I'm playing Romba, the Ewok Scout. Also, he's basically an Ewok ninja.
That's true. That's because Ewoks naturally get gross bonuses to their stealth roll, and when I built the character, I played into that. So if you want to flip over your character sheet and read off what talents and feats your character has.
Talents. I have improved stealth, hidden movement, and total concealment.
So what that means is hidden movement means you can move your full move when sneaking. Improved stealth means that when you make a stealth roll, you basically have advantage on it. Total concealment is when you have concealment, you have total concealment, which means that when you attack somebody, they don't get their dexterity bonuses or things when they defend.
Is it because you're short?
You are basically Assassin's Creed, the Ewok.
Nice being short.
Nobody ever looks down.
Exactly.
That's why you love Odd Job, right?
No.
So you always be Odd
cheating.
Job.
Odd Job is cheating.
Yeah. The makers of the game actually said that it is cheating.
And this is also cheating. I think his stealth score is like a +16.
Yeah.
I think everyone else's high skill is like a +9.
My charisma's a 16. Oh, a plus.
Plus.
Yeah,
On
no,
the
that's
backside.
a plus to the D20.
I got a...
Well, damn, my use the force is 15, but...
Well, there's a reason for that. We'll get to it in a moment. What feats does your character have?
My feats are Shake It Off, WP Simple Weapon, Skill Focus, Running Attack, Improved Defenses, and Weapon Finesse.
And...
Oh, there's another row. Small Size, Primitive, Scent, Sneaky, and Bonus Feat.
Ew, does he smell bad?
No, no, sneaky, not stinky.
Does he have...
It's a scent.
I can smell.
Oh, yes, that
I
means that
have animal senses.
No,
He smells things well. He does not smell...
he's not...
We could make it both.
I mean...
Ew, smells like wet dog.
Super sniffer.
Well, I shouldn't be wet because I have Shake It Off, right? Isn't that what that means?
So small size means that you gain that's what gives you a bonus to your stealth check and all your other stuff. Primitive means that you don't have weapons proficiencies like pistols, rifles, heavy weapons, things like that. Scent means that you ignore concealment for perception checks because of your scent. Sneaky means that you actually get 3. So when you make a stealth roll, you can re-roll it up to twice every time that you do it to try to get the best result. In addition to the gross +16.
Yeah.
And you also have survival focus as a bonus feat because that's a trained skill for you because you're a scout. WP is weapons proficiency. That basically just means that you don't roll a penalty when you use that type of weapon. Shake It Off allows you to move yourself up the condition track, but only if you sing a Taylor Swift song. Mm-hmm. And what was the other one?
Running Attack.
Running Attack means that you can move, attack, and then move, as opposed to move, then attack, or attack, then move.
Teddy bear.
And then Improved Defenses.
You have a +1 to all of your defenses, which is already factored in.
I think that was it.
Okay. Let's go over to Tony.
Hello! I'm Tony Chi. I'm an actor and a writer. I am playing... forgot my name. I am Garrick Orn. I am playing as a minor Jedi. I basically went the route of the X-Men. He's a guy who is... His force sensitivity is starting to manifest itself. Let's see, my talents and feats. My talents are Space Hound, Fool's Luck, and Knack.
All right. So Space Hound means that you do not take anyone else who enters zero gravity has to basically make a Fortitude save to accommodate themselves to it. You don't.
I thought
You're also
you were gonna give him
Lannister
a
and your
dog.
half face is burnt. No?
Fool's Luck means that when you spend a force point, you can gain either a +1 to all attack rolls, a +5 to skill checks, or a +1 to all your defenses. And then for Knack, once per session, you can re-roll a skill check and take the better result.
Nice.
And then your feats.
My feats, point blank shot, my weapon proficiency in pistols and simple weapon, quick draw, precise shot, rapid shot, force sensitivity, and strong in the force.
Do you sense a theme with your attacks from the feats that you have there?
I do.
So point blank shot means that you have you get a +1 bonus on range attacks and damage against point blank foes. And I just realized I don't think I factored that into the numbers in your sheet. So let me go print another sheet. I'll be right back.
Just add +1 to everything.
Yeah, just have +1.
Yeah.
Quick draw means that you, instead of spending a full character action to draw a weapon, you use what's called a swift action, which is a lot easier. Rapid shot means that you can take a -2 penalty on range attacks to deal extra damage because you just go pew, 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 pew. So you go pew, but you can also go pew, pew, pew.
Gotcha. I didn't understand until then.
And a precise shot means that you don't take a penalty if you're shooting into a melee.
Okay.
I think that's everything, yeah?
The force stuff.
Oh, the force stuff. So force sensitivity means that you have the ability to use the force. And strong in the force means normally if somebody spends a force point, they can add a d6 to their roll, but you add d8s to your roll.
Ooh. I like that.
That's also something that Tawny does not have. So,
Oh.
Tawny's not strong.
I like
In a
that
force.
very much.
don't worry, she's got plenty of other shit. Don't worry.
I figured.
All right, so let's go down to Jordan.
Hello, I'm TC23. I'm a glitchy droid.
Normal and terrible all at the same time. I love it.
So how many T's are there actually?
Just one.
Just one.
Oh.
Just one. One.
I'm having so much fun. Great. I know over 6 billion forms of communication.
Oh god.
My talents are presence, demand surrender, and inspire confidence.
TC is the noble class. So you have presence and demand surrender. Presence means that you can make a persuasion check to intimidate a creature as a regular action instead of a full round action, so you can still move and do stuff. And demand surrender means once per encounter, you can make a persuasion check to demand surrender from an opponent who has been reduced to 1/2 or less their hit points. And if you succeed, they surrender. It's like number one, +1, number one character, always. Yes, as Medine 7, she is a protocol droid. And what are your
Does inspire confidence do anything?
Oh, inspire confidence? Yes. As a standard action, you can inspire confidence in all allies in your line of sight, granting them a +1 morale bonus on attack rolls and
Too bad that'll
skill
never work
checks
on me because I'm
for the
never
rest
in
of the
your sight.
encounter. So you basically get to say, "Get him, boys!"
Rats in
And
the corner just eating chips.
Yeah.
So my feats are linguist ×2, persuasion, bureaucracy, galactic lore, and weapons proficiency in pistols and simple weapons. And then I can treat injuries. I have melee defense, coordinated attack, and improved defenses.
So out of those, coordinated attack is the main one. Your character was actually really challenging to build because you are sort of meant to be terrible at combat, and like 95% of the feats are go do this cool thing in combat. So for coordinated attack, that allows you to aid another action at point blank range. So basically, you automatically can help other people. Melee defense lets you trade attack bonus on melee attacks for a dodge bonus to your defensive thing. All those other things are skill focuses, which give you more skill. So basically, those are the things that you're really, really good at, as opposed to all the other skills. And linguist means you basically, if there's a language, you speak it. Like there are specific rules that they have in this game for that, but she's a protocol droid. I mean, come on.
That's what I do.
That's what you do.
Is the bureaucracy and galactic lore also?
Those are skills that you're particularly skilled in. So you know, like imperial bureaucracy, and you know, like, oh yes, the like you might actually know what the heck Ethan is, as opposed to what is this weird furry thing that keeps stabbing me in the ankle. And last but certainly not least.
Hi, I am Tawny Thompson. I will be playing Myra Farrow.
No idea what she said.
It's because you don't speak common, anyhow.
It's basic in Star Wars.
Basic. You don't speak basic. You're not a basic bee, like me.
I don't like the pumpkin.
How is Pharaoh spelled?
F-A-R-O, like the
love
grain.
I love it. Or the card game.
Or the card game. Or the
I
grain.
love it. That's a very good Star Wars
Thank
thing.
you, yeah. I came up with that after I told Brad my name. Are we giving backstory here at all, or no?
Click, click. Just the basic character. We'll fiddle in backstory as we go. So
My talents are block, deflect, and redirect shot. Redirect shot. I can speak well today.
So all three of those talents require the use of a lightsaber. In case you're wondering what kind of character Tawny is, she is our Jedi.
Rob took my lightsaber, so we're a little SOL.
That's okay. You'll get it back soon. Hopefully.
Oh. Oh, that's where we're starting. Okay. And then force powers or feats?
Feats first, then force powers.
My feats are force sensitivity, weapons proficiency lightsaber, weapons proficiency simple weapon, skill focus UTF.
Skill tokens, you use the force.
Use the force.
You do not have any kind of infection. That's good. Yeah.
Martial arts 1 and 2, force training, and powerful charge.
So martial arts means that normally a person hitting somebody with an unarmed strike does I think it's 1d4 for a regular size, for a medium sized character. Because you took it twice, you do 1d8, and you also have a +2 bonus to your reflex defense because you can, ninja flip out of the way. And powerful charge means that you can gain +2 bonus on your attack roll when you charge forward and you deal extra damage. Because Tawny never plays characters that likes doing things like that. Never. And what force powers do you have?
Force powers, I have battle strike, force slam, and force grip.
All right. So
I want to use that
she
in some
has
fun ways.
force abilities, which require her to use use the force. Basically, the better that you roll, the cooler the power is. Battle strike gives you extra damage whenever you make a melee attack, which does include your kung fu. So if you want to force punch people, you can literally force punch people. Force slam allows you. Did I give you force slam or force?
Force slam and force grip.
Right. So force slam is you get to do the thing where you put your hand out and everybody goes flying backwards.
Yes.
And then force grip is the classic Vader, the Vader Goozle. And in addition
Just to double check, I can use that other places than just the throat.
Damn, girl.
I need to make sure before
That was
it
a
comes
missed
up.
opportunity, I will say. I know the Star Wars films.
Force.
I mean, they
jump.
did it in I almost said Galaxy Quest. Wow. Spaceballs. Thank you.
It's all damage. I mean,
Yeah. Okay. All right. Just making sure. Just making sure.
Okay. So.
Flavor.
Yeah. So those are the characters. Before we begin, I do want to note one house rule. I generally prefer not to play with house rules when we run Theater of the Mind Players events, just because part of what we're doing here is showing how different games play. But I feel like this house rule is okay because A, it really makes sense to me, and B, there's actually a house rule that one of the designers of the game has said in interviews if I could go back, I would change it. The skills are broken down on the back of the character sheet, and anybody who I gave a skill boost in either climb, jump, or swim. They're separate skills.
Having them trained?
Yeah, having them trained. They're separate skills in this game, but I'm running them basically as a catch-all athletics skill. So if you train in one of them, you train in all of them, or in your case, you trained in none.
I wonder why that is.
Protocol droids are not known for having a good 440.
So I will say, for my height, I can jump pretty good.
Yeah.
Little bears
so
got jump.
keep that in mind. All right. So now that we've gotten the lengthy discussion of the rules done, let's get to some Star Wars.
Let's star some wars.
Let's start some wars. Wait, pause, over. What am I doing? Oh. Okay, wait. Sorry, Lord of the Board is directing people.
We're on rolly chairs for the first time,
Yes.
and we seem to be drifting.
Tokyo Drift.
I do like roller chairs.
Yeah.
They're really nice.
So
Tatooine Drift.
So Jordan is going to be walking around here with one of these chairs. Brad is going to figure out how to put this table in his pants, and we're just gonna strip the room. Sorry, Nick. You know. All right. We begin in dark. I imagine that after our stunning rendition of the totally not Star Wars theme, the classic.
It went on for so long.
Camera. I tried to make the thing run quick. I think it's great. We should just release.
Good, yeah.
We should release that as a single.
Yeah.
Can we do ringers?
We can put it on our Patreon as a single.
Yeah.
All right,
Ah.
let's do it.
Yeah, I'll cut it. We can
Yeah.
throw it on there.
We'll hold a remix contest. So the camera pans down away from the crawl into the darkness of space, but then it continues to pan down, and there's a subtle light effect where it's just pitch black. And for a moment is silence until we hear
It's not a good noise.
and a blast door opens up into a hallway. It's a familiar looking hallway of an Imperial garrison type situation. Who pokes their head out?
Sure. I stealthily poke my head out.
And out pokes the head of an Ewok. This may be your greatest character of all time, Ethan.
You guys made fun of me when I said I want to play an Ewok.
I didn't. I was
Say
all
it.
for it.
I did make fun of you.
Mercilessly.
It's like,
I'm so
nope.
happy about it now.
You're not quite sure how you got here, Roomba? Did we go with Roomba? Or are we gonna
Roomba.
get sued? Roomba.
I think it's Ramba,
All right.
but DJ for short.
Okay. Roomba. But it smelled like you stick your head out into the hallway, and it's a lot different than you remember when you were here the last time. The lights are flickering, and there's an acrid burning scent in the air. And you look to one. You look to the end of one side of the hallway, and you remember the white-shelled humanoids were congregating in that area when they brought you aboard. But now they're not all gone. There are a couple of them that are splayed out on the ground. and there is another humanoid in the middle of the room, furiously fiddling with the console panel. And you look to the other way, and you see that the other doors within this hallway have also opened up. And which person do you see poking their head out?
Let's go with the most helpful in the situation. Jordan. Which, I don't remember how many letters he was in.
TC23.
Okay.
Describe yourself, TC.
TC is a silver protocol droid. They are pretty similar looking to the C3 series, but silver in color. She has a more quote-unquote feminine build, but it's still a droid. But
She more like dot matrix.
You have a sweet wig?
I don't have a sweet wig.
Okay.
I'm kind of regretting it now. There are like little silver-shaped like spikes coming out, but that's about it.
You poke your head out, and you see two things. This unusual creature, who your database tells you is called an Ewok, from a small backwater world in the middle of nowhere. They come from a forest moon that orbits this world called Endor. And at the far end of the hallway, your master, Master Walex Blissix, who is frantically working at a computer panel.
Dear. And I go out and start walking down towards him to try to help.
All right, you walk past. Whose cell do you walk past?
I'm gonna go with Tawny on the other side here.
You said it was a cell, right? I'm in a cell.
Well, the lights are out in the cell, so there's light streaming in from the hallway.
Hey, Droid.
My name is TC23.
TTC3. Yeah, you. Can you, any possibility you can, pick this lock?
No, the door's open.
Oh, you didn't tell me that.
Sorry.
Okay. Well, I'm definitely
The door
like...
is open.
Thank you. Yeah.
Always happy to be of assistance.
You seen any of the stormtroopers around?
I see several. They are on the ground.
Huh. Uh-huh. Okay. I kind of walk my way out of the cell.
There's an older gentleman at the main security console, dressed in well-tailored robes. He's bald on top, and he's got kind of the like 70s beard, hair around, thing, and he's a little red-faced, and he definitely looks frustrated. Oh, thank goodness! TC, can you get over here and fiddle with this conferral machine?
Yes, always happy to be of assistance. Master.
That's why she sees you and says, that's why what would we do if we didn't have droids in our lives?
I have no idea.
I'm Walex Blissix.
Nice to meet you.
And you are... And
Yes.
he puts his hand out to shake.
Hi.
Your name is Hai?
Yep.
Oh, I see. Well,
Can I start taking a stormtrooper uniform off of a stormtrooper?
Yeah, you can start. You can definitely start pulling that stuff off.
To put it on.
What are you doing?
Getting out of here.
Yes, I can assist you in that. You just need to let TC work our magic.
Why would you want to let me out? What?
Because I don't want you to die in here.
Okay.
Allow me. Come come here, young lady.
Can I just sprint down the hall the other way?
Oh God, what is that thing?
That is an Ewok. They are from a foresty moon that orbits around Endor.
Okay,
Endor.
cool.
Yes.
I follow.
Well, no, wait, come back.
No, I follow you.
Oh, well, he pulls you over, and gestures to, a silhouette of a Victory class Star Destroyer. And were this an actual screen, a ton of these spots would be blinking. This vessel has sustained massive damage. I don't know how long it's going to be able to maintain its hull integrity. So, if you, I by all means, I recommend that you escape this vessel quickly. But the best chance that you have of doing so is if you follow me.
All right, I'll follow.
Is there anyone else? Is there anyone else in this cell block?
There was some kid down the rows a little ways.
You see the Ewok go running past. What do you do?
I call out to him, Ewok! I don't know your name, but Ewok, come here, please. Ewok!
Describe what your character looks like.
My character looks very much like, it's very uncreative, but a picture of Han Solo and Luke Skywalker's clothing put together, like it's very...
Imagine they had a baby. One.
Not what I meant.
Something
Drunkenness.
like this.
Are we... Not where I was going. Not where I was going with it. He's got like a...
And yet that's where we've taken it.
He's got that like farm boy kind of base, but then he's like
Farm
over
boy.
time added like that more scoundrelish.
Put the smuggler vest on.
Yeah,
As you
that
wish.
kind of thing.
Okay, so you call out after the Ewok. He apparently knows your people. How do you react to that?
Jautiwa?
Oh, I didn't think this through. I don't speak your language. Can you help me?
Oh! No.
Can you like? Is there like a panel out there?
Have you come out of the hall yet?
Yeah, the door is open.
Yeah.
Oh, it is open.
Yeah.
Everything's unlocked. Everything's open.
Okay, I thought mine was.
No.
Okay.
Hey kid,
Yeah.
apparently this guy wants to get us all out of here. You should, we should, yeah.
But what about the Ewok?
He can come. You, little fuzzy thing.
I'm perfectly sized.
Uh-huh.
I really just want to think of an Ewok with like a really deep voice.
Oh yeah, 24 hours worth of Ewok footage.
Shantae.
So TC, go ahead and give me a use computer roll.
+4.
Yep.
Ooh, 23.
All right.
Nice.
You push the button. You understand what your master is doing, and the restricted belongings locker opens up, where all of your various personal belongings and weapons
I
were.
run to it immediately.
Master, the equipment locker has been opened.
Thank you, TC. Can you tell that little furry thing to come along with us, please?
Hello. Would you like to join us to
I think you might need to speak its
No,
language,
she
lady.
is speaking.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
assuming you're speaking in Ewokese.
Should I do I'm speaking your language? Or maybe this is more appropriate.
Yeah, I'll run over.
So, in
Big
addition
shiny
to
guy.
your stuff, you find something very unusual.
Is it my old saber?
You see your master's lightsaber. And as soon as you pick it up, you see her pick up your lightsaber.
Hey, that's mine. Thank you very much. Give it back.
Ain't yours, kid.
It is mine. I've been holding on to it for quite a while now.
Uh-huh. You don't know where this came from, do you?
No, but I know where it's been.
You know that the Force Ghost told you where it was.
I was told where it was.
Ain't seen this in a couple of years.
And as soon as you crack the lightsaber open, you hear, "Drop your weapon immediately!" And out of the, so if you came in from this side of the hallway,
Yep.
You're in this sort of center space. There's a packet, a squad of about 5 stormtroopers over here, and over here that have got their guns out and are ready to blast. So
There's not enough space for a good moulinet here, and that makes me really sad.
Not a melange.
Quick point of order. With you don't need room for a lightsaber. Just cut through the walls as you go.
Ow.
No space issues.
And Ethan's character's dead.
Yeah.
Bye, Ron.
Or
Rhombus. Bye, Rinbo.
Okay.
Alright, so if I could have everybody roll initiative, if you look on the front of your character sheet, your initiative should be written down, and I actually have to go run and get my dice.
whoa!
Oh my god! We are swapping dice right away.
You're gonna swap the
That's off.
second one down, all the way to the side.
Okay, thank you.
Oh no!
Did you also crit
I like that
fail?
you're.
No, I didn't crit.
Okay, well I crit failed.
I like that you're just sort of staring at the lightsaber like, yes, my old friend. Blaster, 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 blaster. Alright, so crit
That's why
fail.
we don't
Yep.
have rolly chairs at home.
I got a 4 total. I'm assuming that puts me last.
So we can't roll.
Yep. Alright, let me bust out my Stormtrooper stats here. I think it's funny that that we are starting a fight just as Ernie Gygax in the other room is also starting a fight. I swear we didn't plan it that way.
Just a happy accident.
Just a happy, murderous accident.
Buzz guy.
They are. I do have to ask, did you already name my master, or do I need...
No, I haven't. If you want to do that, you can. Otherwise, we can come up with something.
Master Jerk Chicken. That was one of the names. Tony was.
I was debating going with that name.
Yeah.
We're not... No.
there's no.
How about
Master.
Master Chicken? You can make anything work.
Could
What
also,
was the name
you
of
know,
that one dude who was
Willy
like
Crescendo.
Scumbaggin or something?
Bilbo?
No, no. I know
Could
who
we
you're talking
call
about.
him Guido
the guy
Crescendo?
The guy who's sold the death sticks.
Yeah.
He's like slippery scumbaggini or like something like that.
that's
Like
right.
it sounds like the worst Pizza Hut dish you could ever
It's like
order.
the second worst name in the universe after Jizz.
Yeah.
Could we call him
Everyone
Guido
loves Jizz.
Crescendo?
Jizz is hot right now.
Nope.
Well, good news, Mira. One of these Stormtrooper squads rolled also rolled a 1. So. All
Stop.
right. So what was your?
17.
Okay. Oh no, wait. Sorry. That's you.
15.
You have a really good
And
initiative.
Yeah, I didn't notice that till later.
Wow.
that's you.
19.
Whoop.
Whoa!
And I missed.
It's gone
And
forever.
You can't fight.
And I'm gone. Poof. All right. So.
Oh, yeah.
All right. DJ Rambo, you go first.
Okay, I would like to sprint head on at the closest group.
Oh, man.
Okay. So, unfortunately, because
Running attack to the first one.
So here's the thing. So everybody knows how it works. When your initiative comes up, you get one of 3 actions. You get a standard action, a move action, and a swift action.
Okay.
You can break down a standard action into either a move or a swift, or you can break down a move action into a swift. So basically, you can take some combination of you can take 3 swift actions, 2 swift actions, and a move or an attack, or 1 of each. So,
Can I sprint and then disappear?
you would need total concealment.
To hide behind something.
A stormtrooper?
A dead stormtrooper.
I mean, there are dead ones on the ground. That's true.
Well, I was going to say, you could in theory hide behind, like, the first one so the other ones don't see you.
Yeah.
Alright, so go ahead and give me a... I can't believe I'm going to ask you to roll it, but go ahead and roll stealth.
How many times can I roll it?
Just 1. You roll up to 3, but you have to keep whatever... like
The last one is?
Yeah, whatever the last one is.
I'll stick with that one. Let's see. 18 plus 16.
34.
That one.
Okay, let me see here. They have a +9 to perception.
So at this point, the first one can see me, and that's it, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So that's their move action. Do you want to attack that first one?
Yes, I'd like
Okay.
to stab them in the taintal region. Eye level. That's where the rubber seals are.
The best place to stab a person.
Okay, go ahead
Or one of
and
them.
make your attack roll.
Is that another d20?
If you flip
Okay.
on the front, I have your dagger.
Knife. Attack plus 7. Oh, that would be an 11.
That will not hit.
Just
You
the
probably
big-
could have just run underneath them with like your sword in the air.
Like, I think what is you run up, you're like, "Ay-ya!" Shoot! And you just, he instead of like shooting, he's just kind of cradling you like a baby now. Like, what do I do with this? I don't really know. TC23, what are you doing?
I'm going to inspire confidence in all of us people here. Do I need to roll for that?
No, you just do it.
Everyone, do your best.
Thanks.
You're like an anime character.
Try your hardest. Okay.
Now all I can imagine is Cell Saga. Just keep
And-
fighting and fighting and fighting!
I will shoot with my blaster in defense of my master.
Okay. Ooh, that
Did you
rhymes.
do that on
Yeah.
purpose? Okay.
So which squad are you shooting at? The A squad, the B squad, or the C squad?
I'm gonna go for the same squad that
So A squad.
A squad.
I'm sorry, A squad.
A squad. Ooh. +2, 21.
That'll hit. Roll damage, please.
And that is 3d4. 1. 2.
Okay, I can go back to this. I'm going back to this
so
die.
that's 5, 6, 7 +2 is 9.
All right, and that takes out one of the members of.
Nice.
Was it the one holding me?
I'm gonna go with no
Okay.
because
I don't
if
have precise shooting.
Yeah.
I just have shooting, which I can only do in protection of my owner.
like basically I imagine them in kind of a like triangle formation of like the lead guy, 2 guys behind them, and then 3. So so she kind of hit like the 4 pin and took that one out.
And they tip over into the 7.
Could this
That-
actually, could the blaster be like in my arm? So I just go.
Sure. That's cool.
Talk to the hand.
I like that it's very femmy, like pew.
Or you have a literal finger gun that just opens and.
Spirit gun!
No, I like the repulsor better.
I watched Endgame more recently.
Fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. All right, Garrick, you're up.
Okay. So what am I looking at?
So, all right, you're in the center of the.
Oh,
hey!
dry erase board.
I'm glad I asked.
I'm gonna use every marker. Is he kidding me?
All right, so.
Are you in camera?
It's all in camera. Just right
Yeah.
away.
I would laugh really hard if that was a Sharpie.
We should get one of those.
We can fix it. So you guys are in that sort of,
Oh, really?
octagonal console area here.
Ron
That
Swanson
is
desk.
to the cells that you were in, and then That's A squad. That's B squad. And that's C squad. And one of A squad is down because of TC, and one is currently occupied with. Although you have precise shots, so you can shoot at the one that. But that would remove his total concealment.
Okay. I think I'm gonna, since I'm coming from the cells, I think I'm gonna go shoot directly down the hall towards the B squad.
Okay, take your shot. Now, are you going to use your rapid shot?
Sure, why not?
Okay, so that means that so rapid shot means that you are rapid shooting. Specifically.
Is that what that means?
Yes.
Oh.
When using a ranged weapon, you may fire 2 shots. So you basically double tap. You take a -2 penalty on your attack roll, but you roll an extra die of damage.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I'll do that.
So your target to hit is 18 right now, then.
Okie dokie. 15 plus 6.
21.
21.
Is that
So it
more
hits.
than 18?
Is it?
Is it?
I hate you all. I hate you all so much. Oh my god.
Sweet! Okay.
So how much damage does your heavy blaster do?
2d8s plus. Oh, no. 3d8s plus 3.
Okay, is that plus the
Ew.
D8 for extra damage? Is that what's written?
It says 3d8 plus 3.
So you're actually doing 4d8 plus 3.
4d8 plus 3.
Need another D8?
That's a d8, right?
Where do you see all of this number? Oh, here we go.
D8?
Do we have to add anything to that for that one thing that didn't get added in the process of the addition?
Oh, shoot, what was it?
Please look.
Point blank shot, quick draw, precise shot, something like that. Tools left next. It might have been precise shot.
No, precise shot is he can shoot into melee and not take a damage.
Oh, it was point blank shot, plus 1 to everything it says right next to it.
You're right. So plus 1 more.
Okay, so plus 5.
Yeah.
I mean 4 to whatever I roll.
Yeah.
I keep mixing up my lightsaber. Right? I don't know what that is. Is that a 2?
That's a 7.
7.
Can't read Dwarven?
6 plus 4 is 10, plus 7 is 17.
So
I
17.
roll 1 more.
Plus 8.
25.
25, thank you.
Plus 4.
Plus 4.
We're gonna get
29.
Congratulations.
29.
We're gonna get calculators sent to us.
I'm here though, so it's fine. But I think y'all can add 25 and 4.
Do you think we can get Texas Insurance to sponsor us?
Oh my god.
Wait, it was plus. Yeah, 4. Plus
You got it.
I got it.
All right, now the squads go. Dun, 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 dun. Say stop 1 note before. That's how we can do that.
Just pitch it up to your like.
Yeah.
All right, so. All right, we're gonna do 2 at a time here. What is your reflex defense, Tony?
Flip it.
No, it's on the front of the sheet.
Oh.
Oh.
I lied. I did a lie.
Defenses,
Oh,
reflex.
17.
Oh.
Yeah, 17.
Yeah. Okay. So that is so reflex defense is basically your armor class is what they have to roll to hit you. Stormtroopers have a plus. Plus 4 to hit. So you had a 17, you said?
Yes.
Okay. So they got to roll 13s or better. Pew 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 pew. Miss. We'll go with pew pew. What is your reflex defense?
13.
Yeah. So they got to roll 9s or better. Pew 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 pew. Oh no!
They did.
One of them rolled a 1. So.
Oh.
Okay. Out of 12.
Well, there are 15 standing total.
Okay.
So we're doing we're basically gonna go around twice because that's 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, more or less. So What is your reflex defense?
20.
Jesus.
Oh, man.
It's actually. Let me look at something really quick.
Couldn't they be fighting by willpower?
They're just screaming at you. You're a terrible droid.
Your numbers are so much better than mine.
No.
Yes, but you also have the reflect and block abilities.
Oh yeah, okay.
So
You
you
probably also force toss him as well.
Yeah.
forced dwarf toss. I just want to make sure what total concealment does, because since you're grappled with the thing, I'm gonna...
My thought is I'd be concealed from A squad, but C squad could probably see me pretty clearly if I'm in the arms of the stormtrooper.
Yeah. So yeah, so C squad can probably is gonna take 2 shots at you at 20.
Yep.
So they gotta get 16s. And 1 does.
Oh my.
Maybe he was actually just shooting at his buddy. I never liked TK421 anyway. You're going to take 17 hit points.
Woo.
So, if you'll note on your character sheet, there is something there that is called the wound threshold in the center.
Where am I looking?
I'm sorry, damage threshold.
Okay.
It should actually be your fort defense. So if you ever take damage higher than your damage threshold, you also move 1 step down the condition track, which is on the right-hand side of
It
your
says to
character
add my
sheet.
miscellaneous bonus. What is that?
If you have one from a feat.
If you have one for like a feat or something, so you should all just have your fort defense should be your damage.
I have improved defenses. Does that count?
I've already added that in.
Okay. So 16 is my fort defense.
Okay. So the roll beat it.
I don't remember what you rolled.
17.
No, 17.
Then
Yes.
So that means you also color in the first step on the damage
I'm
track.
no longer normal.
Correct.
Oh no.
So it means you have a -1 on everything, basically. So if you either get down to 0 hit points or go all the way down the condition track, that's what takes you out. It's an interesting way of handling. We want guns, but we don't want guns to have to sit there and grind out through 1,500 hit points. How do we do that? That's how to do it. So, and then you take one in the back, and you're like, ah! All right. Miera.
I would like to do 2 things.
Well, no, it's not your action. People are shooting at you.
Oh.
But you have some things you can do about that.
Yes, I do.
So let's talk about how you do cool Jedi blaster bolt deflection. Because
Or redirection?
So, deflect. You basically use the force, and you have to. So you use the force. The DC of the skill check is equal to the number of the attack roll you wish to negate. But every time you use it before your next turn, the difficulty goes up by 5.
Okay.
And you may spend a force point to use this talent to negate an attack on an adjacent character. Now, if you want to bounce it back, once per round, so this you can bounce 1 per round back. So you can deflect a bunch, but you can bounce 1 back. You immediately make a ranged attack against basically, you roll the block, and then one of those you choose to you make an attack roll with to shoot it back.
I would like to do that.
Okay, well let's see how their shots go first. So, oh, I'm sorry. What is your
Reflexes?
Yeah, reflex defense.
16.
So you have an interesting choice to make here. One of them will hit, but one of them is a really low roll, which will be easier to deflect. So actually, you could probably try to deflect both of them if you wanted to. Basically, do the harder one first, and then add the penalty on to the second one.
Okay,
Make
I'll do
it-
that.
Okay. So, to block the first one, you've got to use the force, and you've got to hit a 19.
So I just need to roll a 4.
Yeah.
I rolled a 7. So 22.
Okay, so...
I'm swapping dice again.
Alright, now...
For anyone counting, this is my third D20.
Okay, and then you roll to block the second one.
And what do I need to roll for that?
That would be a... Hold on a second.
I have to add 5 to whatever it is.
14.
Oh, I don't even need to roll.
You still have to
you get a
roll
one.
1.
I got a 10. So
Okay.
25 on that one. I deflected both?
Yep.
wait.
Where'd it go?
Who took my lightsaber?
Ewoks are so stealthy.
Mirror.
Now you can
Pew,
roll.
pew.
Now you can roll to deflect one back.
That was perfect.
That's another use the force roll.
This is a range attack roll.
Ranged attack.
So it's going to go off of your whatever your base attack bonus is, plus your dexterity.
My unarmed strike.
No, whatever your base attack bonus, it should be on the middle side. Sorry. Let me pull up my. So if you look under speed, initiative, perception, there's a base attack there. Next to the condition track.
Aha! Base attack 5.
And then you
So-
add your dexterity. Bonus.
Dexterity bonus 1. So 6.
So add plus 6 to that.
19.
Yeah, that's gonna hit the stormtrooper.
Hell yeah.
So which one do you want to remove a?
The one that rolled better. Just to meta that. The one that rolled better.
All right, so one from Charlie Squadron C goes down. Okay, that was attacks 1. Oh wait, I should have done that differently. All right. So let's see. They did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They're gonna shoot 2 more at you.
Son of a birch.
Well, you do have a lightsaber hanging out there.
You're slightly scarier than the silver droid that's sort of like...
What is your reflex defense?
16.
And they both miss. So.
Pew, pew, ha! Damn, this feels good.
I haven't done this in years. And now it is your action.
I would like to do 2 things. So just to double check, y'all are by A squad, you're by B squad.
I'm in the center.
I'm by the
I have
cells.
not moved.
Yeah.
I thought you ran towards B squad.
No, I'm shooting down the hall
Okay.
towards me.
So that's Aaron. That's.
Roomba.
And you guys are both middle.
Okay. And there's 1 down on C squad, but B squad is complete.
A squad is 1 missing.
Okay.
So everybody's down 1.
I would like to, and tell me if I can do this or if it's too much. I
I
want
think this is rapidly becoming Tony's favorite character.
I would like to force blast B squad, and then rush towards C squad with the lightsaber.
You can absolutely do that. So, you're going to use Force Slam,
Force slam.
and here's
Slam
how
with the
that
Force.
goes. It's funny, I was sitting there going, man, is 15 going to be too many to throw at these? No.
No.
It's
We got this. There's a lightsaber.
If it was all droids, that might be a problem. Take that one.
That would be a great campaign, though. Nothing but droids. Just trying to survive. It'd be like all Bard campaign.
That would be
Yeah, we could call
Alright.
it Jomo
So you make
Arigato,
one
Mr.
roll
Robot.
and compare it to each target's fortitude defense.
Dobo.
Then I add
You add, it's a use the force
use
check.
force. Oh, nat 20!
Mine is an evil lamp.
Oh, the purple dice! The purple dice are where it's at today.
Yeah, you're going dark side.
Mwah!
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
Fish!
Oh yeah.
I'm I'm taking out stormtroopers. Ain't no dark side to that.
You're taking
is
too
the dark side.
Yeah, you're taking too much enjoyment out of it.
Maybe you're just going the gray side,
It's
man.
been a couple of years, man. Come on, cut me some slack.
Yeah,
I've been breaking up bar
I
fights
was
for
gonna
a
say,
while.
Mira's been kind of slumming it the past decade or so. You know,
Been breaking up bar
This
fights
is-
on
this-
some
this is the
backwater
Jedi
planet.
equivalent- This is the Jedi equivalent of, hey, my Letterman jacket still fits.
This is just me really wanting her to go.
Because then you get to fight her for possession of the lightsaber. I see how it goes.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah. Go
So that's
ahead.
a 35, just to put that.
Yeah, that's more than because you're supposed to beat their fortitude defense, and it's 12. So go ahead and roll. So normally you would roll. Where is it?
My force slam is listed at 97, if that helps.
Yeah. Normally you would roll 4d6 of force damage. Go ahead and roll 8d6 of force damage.
That's so many d6. I'm gonna have to open up my bag there. 4, 5, 6, and 8. Okay.
All one.
6, 12, 17, 22, 26. That was a 4. 31, 33.
Okay. Does anybody have any guesses how many hit points stormtroopers actually have?
5.
How many?
7.
4D.
They're mooks. One hit and they're down.
More or less at this level.
I
Like.
did like 9 hit point damage.
So 33 does some serious shit.
Yeah.
The answer is 10.
So they're
What did you hit?
B squad.
So did she? Just,
Oh my god, I
like,
love this game.
Did she just like Darth Vader them at the end of Rogue One?
Well,
Yeah, kind of.
you tell me. How do they all go down?
It just
Do you-
rips off their
Do
skin.
you pull
I-
them down? Do you smack them to the walls? What
I
do you do?
think
Do you flay their skin off?
Their
She's
feet,
a Jedi, not Willow. Jeez.
So I think their feet come out from under them, and they just slam up into the ceiling, and then just pound back onto the ground. Oops. Sorry, microphone. Okay.
She's still punching cameras.
Yeah. So they just slam into the ceiling, fly back into the ground, and just don't ever move again.
For the rest of their lives. 'Cause
Perhaps I see our friend has cleared us a path. Perhaps we should go that way.
But then I was gonna attack C Squad with my lightsaber.
Okay. You can.
I don't want them to sound the alarms.
Alarms?
And don't worry, I got A squad.
On the bottom of your screen, a little notification says dark side point just pops up.
Yeah.
They do actually have dark side points in this game. That's where they got the idea from.
Really? They said
Okay, I'm just getting more D6 here
All the
because I
feet
have
are the same
an
too,
odd
so
feeling
far.
that I might
So
need
for some reason, the stormtroopers in C Squad are concentrating fire on you. So the good news is because you charged at the arrest of C Squad, that 2 of them are going to be, because you're engaged with the front guys, 2 of them are going to be rolling their attacks. Actually, 2 of them are going to be rolling their attacks at a -5 because they're trying to not shoot their buddy.
Nice. I like that
So what is
plan.
your reflex?
16.
All right. So those 2 might hit. So 3 out of the 4 might hit, but you can still
Deflect.
Deflect. So
Okay, I'm
hold
not
on.
going to redirect this time. I'm just going to deflect.
Well, you redirect first.
Okay. I mean, deflect first. You
You
mean?
deflect
Yeah.
first. Yeah, that's all right. So here's the problem, though.
Or block. Can I just... What's the
Block
difference between
is
block and
what you
deflect?
use for melee. It's,
Okay,
it's the
okay.
same thing, but for melee.
Okay.
So hold on a second. Deflect. So unfortunately for you, the first one to hit has got to be a 23.
You need to roll an 8. Nope.
Okay, so that one's gonna hit.
20.
All right. Then the next one would be a 28.
Oh, I got a 28.
All right. And then the next one would be a 33.
No. So 2 of them hit.
So 2 of them hit.
I'm gonna stick with the pearlescent dice.
Purple one did so good for you.
And then it failed.
So one's hitting you
fail
for...
one out.
5 minutes ago, just like the purple dice is where it's at today.
One hit you
was.
for 14.
That's less than ideal.
I need to make her dice jail.
And one hit you for 11.
And make it so you can't remove it after it's in there. So
Did
it
any of
just
those
decides.
surpass your
Is it worth it?
You actually have to have a
damage
trial.
threshold?
What was the first one? I'm
14 and 11.
sorry. Yes, the 14 did.
So mark yourself down 1 track.
You have to actually unscrew it, take it apart.
All
I
right.
straight up, like, I take the hit, crack my neck, and look at him in the face.
All right.
Dark side.
Ramba, yeah, it's gonna be a run to see if we finish this game or Tawny goes to the dark side before we finish this game.
I can take glee in
Murder.
putting down the forces of evil. I'm subjugating the forces of evil.
By murdering them. Murder.
Self-defense.
What's the name of the guy from the first KOTOR who lived...
Revan?
Revan?
No, not Revan.
In the forest.
Yeah, he lived in the forest.
Oh, Jolie Bindo.
Yeah, Jolie.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm imagining.
He's a
Retired
I'll take that.
Grey Jedi.
I'll take that.
All right. So
Stab in the neck.
Ramba, what are you doing?
Stabbing in the neck.
Okay, stab.
What?
Nope.
Ooh.
Oh.
He rolled a 4.
Man.
Chunk, chunk. It's
So much armor.
It's a lot harder to hit when you're up on that dude's grill. TC, what are you doing?
Oh no.
I rolled the same
try
attack.
with the sporting blaster again against our top squad there. B
Okay.
squad?
A squad is on.
A squad is up top.
6.
Nope. All right.
Damn.
Garrett.
Definite.
I'm gonna shoot at A squad.
I'm a
Okay.
talker, not a fighter.
Nope. Well, I got a 3, so.
Okay.
I'm about to get hit again, ain't I?
No, because A squad is
Oh, good.
shooting at these guys. So one at each of you.
Cool.
What's your reflex?
13.
That's a hit. What's your reflex?
17.
That's a hit.
20.
That's a hit.
16. Oh, wait, is that not me? Because I'm on the other side.
No, yeah.
No,
that's not-
Okay, cool. Ha. Whew. Can't take any more right now. I'm at half.
What's your reflex again?
17.
Miss. So each of you is going to take 3d8 damage.
Oh my.
Should we roll our own? No.
No, I got it. So 15,
Oh.
9,
Okay.
and 8.
So, if 9 is less than my damage threshold,
You're fine.
You're good.
It's just hit. You still lose the hit points. You don't take any. You don't
Yeah,
take the
additional
condition damage. Yeah.
Okay. Remind me what Battle Strike is?
Battle Strike basically lets you do extra damage when you hit somebody.
I would like to do that.
You don't need to do
Okay.
that.
Okay. I'll just attack with a lightsaber then.
Okay.
My attack is a +7, or do I need to use the force for this?
It's what the attack is written on the thing.
24.
Okay, that'll hit.
That is 2d8 plus 4. 8, 14, 18.
That, and you're on squad C.
Yes.
All right.
I'm assuming I can only attack once per turn.
Yes.
Okay.
And then
Apparently the D8's like me today.
and then Squad C is going to attack you.
Right back at ya.
Are they not scared yet?
Yeah, for
That
that
may be
light.
why.
Stormtroopers, they still attack you when they're scared.
Well, only one of them is going to hit you, so maybe the answer to that is yes. So you want to deflect
I
that?
do want to deflect that.
Target is 21.
Aha! 34.
Okay. You want to reflect that back of that a-hole?
I do want to do that.
All right.
21.
That'll hit. So roll 3d8 for damage on that.
Look at this mess. I love it.
You have that much for range?
D8, D8, D8. 8, 11, 16. I am living for this right now, y'all.
All right, Ramba.
There's another guy over there?
This still got an A.
Yeah, but in C Squad?
Yeah, there's 2 left.
Ah.
Each, there's 5 in each.
Oh, I thought there were 3.
No.
Okay. All right. Damn.
I,
No,
again,
you're basically in the back ranks now at this
All
point.
right.
would attempt to stab.
Okay.
Again?
Again. That's what I got. That one
Hey.
should hopefully hit with a 25.
That'll hit.
Yes. Roll that deep.
That's 3 damage. Yeah.
All right.
You don't add anything to it?
I had
That-
+1.
Because he's adding his strength, which,
As a teddy bear.
I have 1 skill.
and it is not stabbing, it is sneaking.
You're not being sneaky enough.
Hold on a second. Let me make sure.
It's pretty cool hearing Ernie Gygax in the room next door. Like,
Oh, okay. All right, you got him for 3.
Sweet.
I think you just kind of whittled down the armor enough.
I was stabbing the same spot every time. And it just pierced through.
got a little chip out of
Let's
it.
start moving down this hallway.
Agreed! Defend me, please!
Yes, sir.
Um,
And I'll shoot at A squad and then
A
move
squad.
as far
Okay.
as I can.
I keep imagining dot matrix. It's all I can
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
I like the fact that the blaster bolt is so powerful that it rocks you backwards.
Or
On your
I'm
roller
just really
skates.
weak. That's how I think of it.
Or it doesn't actually have to do that. You just,
what'd you get?
5.
All right.
But I moved this way
Right.
30 feet.
Okay. Garrett?
I'm gonna try to shoot back at the guys who shot me in group A.
Okay.
Please kill him.
I don't think I did it.
What'd you roll?
10.
Oh my god.
14.
Oh, is it 14?
Well, it's plus my attack.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 14.
Not quite. Now remember, you do have force points.
Oh yeah.
Force stuff.
If you spend a force point, you get to roll a d8 and add it to any attack, ability, or skill check.
Sure.
Have you guys been adding +1 stuff too because I inspired you to be
Oh shiz.
No, I
No.
haven't. So I got a 15.
Still not.
Okay, well, I want to use a force point then. And add a d8, you said?
Mm-hmm.
6.
That'll do it.
Sweet. Alright, and then 3d8. 8.
15,
Thank you. 5.
20.
20. And then plus.
That's got him.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh,
Skiboosh!
we should just get a giant whiteboard.
It's kind of nice, yeah.
Yeah.
well, like if we weren't on stream, I would have brought all of my Star Wars toys and we would have had the thing. You would have had several Ewoks to choose from. All right.
We could make them kiss.
So there's 2 left in Squad Alpha, and they're both taking a shot at you.
Cool. Bring it.
What is your reflex?
Enough.
17.
right, 1 is going to hit.
Damn.
You still have 20 hit points left. You're fine.
And you take 17.
17 damage?
Yes.
Balls.
Does that pass your
That's
force
got to be
defense?
past your threshold.
My force defense is, it's 11, so.
It was enough. You didn't die.
I am now at 3.
Cool.
So one thing you can do, just so everybody knows, one thing you can do is take a second wind action. Which
I like the sound of that.
Which means that once you drop past your half your maximum hit points,
Oh, hey.
you can spend a swift action to second wind and gain a he heals 1/4 of your full hit point total. But you only get to do it once today.
Forever.
Okay.
Might save that for later.
Maybe not Garrick. Use it 3 hit points.
Woo.
Whoa.
Miera, you're up.
All right. I would like to force slam again.
Okay.
Outwards from me. There's 2 surrounding me.
Yeah.
Yeah, just force slam them into the walls.
Okay.
I am one with the force, and the force is with me.
So just so you hold on a second.
Okay.
To do, because basically, so force powers like that are part of what's called your force power suite. And they're kind of like spells in that you have to have them prepared.
Okay.
But you can mess with that by spending force points.
Okay.
So I remember how to do this properly.
Stormtroopers in here.
Oh, it's the stormtroopers.
Is some powers first power suite. Oh! If you roll a natural 20 on the use the force check to activate a force power, which you did.
I did do that.
You regain all spent force powers at the end of your turn.
Haha!
So you can do it again.
Sweet, I'm doing it again. I rolled an 11 plus my 15, so 26.
Okay, that will hit. So you're only doing 4d6. of damage
Oh
this time.
no.
I'm so sorry.
Oh no. 4, 8, 12, 18.
All right.
That was a long time.
Exception.
Yes! And I think, so I take that big hit, I kind of like go down and come back up and just whoosh, and they slam into the walls.
Okay.
And I get back up, walk down the hallway back towards these guys with, ow.
That's so
But
cool.
also, haven't done that in a few years, and it feels good.
All right.
Badass, Tony.
My brain thinks in badassery.
If I would have seen that on the TV screen, I would have been like, oh my god.
Too many Sylvester Stallone movies.
We cut
You just
to
gotta play in the theater of the mind, man.
the bridge of the Victory Star Destroyer Subjugator. And an Imperial officer with his hands clasped behind his back, staring out the view screen into space. And there's a large crack running down one side of the glass. Captain Koloff. And the captain turns to look down into the pit of the Star Destroyer, and there are bodies sprawled out and smoldering consoles, and like one guy with his hat cocked and things. We detected a breakout in detention center 17. The squads we sent down are not responding, sir. Captain Koloff looks over to looks on the, how there's like a middle bridge, and this is where that guy was. He looks across to where the other one, and he looks down at one of the remaining working consoles where there is a red clock that is running down time. No matter. They'll be dealt with soon enough. And that is where we take our first commercial break for our special anniversary edition of Star Wars Saga Edition here on Theater of the Mind Players. We'll see you back in just a few minutes, Padawans. And welcome back to our second half of our first anniversary Theater of the Mind Players live show here at... What are you even doing?
Covering the logo on her Pepsi.
On my Pepsi. Non-branded.
Is that?
It's not.
Well, as I'm sure you're aware, Coke is the official beverage of the Star Wars galaxy. So
I'm trying
well, at least
to maintain
Galaxy's Edge,
our-
but maintain our slight immersion here. So
I wasn't interrupting Rob, you bad side of the table.
Uh-huh.
God, you dark sider.
Plus 2 dark
You-
side points.
Flat earthers.
Oh, man.
all right. So when we last left our heroes, they had escaped from the detention center inside a Victory-class Star Destroyer. How you got there is probably something we'll leave up to the fanfic writers out there
Just
for
a
now.
star wipe.
But the four of you and Master Blissex have been making your way through the corridors. The good news is that Blissex actually knows his way around the Star Destroyer because he designed it. He is actually a capital ship engineer. And the bad news is it is not in very good shape. You've turned corners and seen collapsed hallways. You've walked past areas that have been sealed by blast doors that have been exposed to the vacuum of space. This ship took a serious beating while you were in the detainment area, and does not look very long for this work. But Master Blissex, ever the optimist, seems to think that he remembers how to have gotten from or how to get to the docking bay where they held his ship to get everyone off board the vessel. Except as we cut in, he's like, "Well, that's going to be difficult, because we need to go that way. But do you see those blue lights that are flashing on the walls? That means that the gravity has been compromised, and that's going to be much more difficult to get across."
Do you mean more gravity or less gravity?
Less gravity, zero gravity.
I don't
Let's
have a
do
problem
it.
with it.
You good with this, Bear?
Can you do a force push engine?
All right. What I need from everybody to do, except you, is give me a survival check.
Survival.
On the back.
Make sure that's right. I think it's right. I want to make sure.
You only get a +4 on that. Cool. Good. Oh my god.
All right. So, let me. Sorry, I got to look up the. What is the number here? We're gonna call it a. 15.
Ooh, that's exactly what I got.
Your girl crit failed.
Ooh.
And
I
she's
got
swapping
30.
dice again.
Okay. So.
Tiny dice time.
All right. I'm glad. I shouldn't say I'm glad you crit failed, but after your spectacular performance in combat, it's nice that you're like, little help, please. Little help.
Free floating.
So,
What are you gonna do to me, Rob?
what terrible thing am I gonna do to you? That's a good question. So the hold on a second.
Did you add 1 to that because I inspired confidence?
No, this is a different segment.
I'm joking.
But I think, let's see here. What do we want to do? Do we want... I gotta look up something really quick. Sorry.
Hole in your lip?
Oh, good job. That's what it was.
Good, that was a good one.
I don't have the advantage on drinking.
Just oil.
Oh, okay.
That gets applied directly to the joints, not through the...
Yeah.
It's
So, the three of you pick your way through the hallway fairly easily. I mean, it's still a hallway, so you're able to find handholds, and I think actually you help TC because it's a droid. Like basically, it's just like, come on. Oh.
Thank you.
So, do you have an idea for what kind of danger you put yourself in?
Is it possible that there's like a door that leads directly to space, like a blast door?
Oh, okay.
Like,
Expose all of us to danger.
I crit failed.
It's what happened.
Yeah, you crit failed.
So I think like at first I'm like, oh yeah, I got this, and I kind of push myself over to a different handhold and
Wait. So you grab the handhold and you're like, okay, I just gotta, and it shifts in your hand, and you hear manual override activated. Blast doors opening in 30 seconds. And
That is bad.
That is bad.
hey guys, there was a thing. It wasn't a handle, and it's a can I force grip it back? Or try to?
Do you have a? It's a. Let's see. So one of the things you can do is move object with your
Okay.
You could take telekinesis, which is a power, but
Didn't do that clearly.
Mira, before you roll this, you can do.
it's only during encounters that you can do it.
Darn it! Never mind. I was going to say you can do it, but it's.
But I actually can't.
Well, I can say it, it just won't help. You can do it. Mira.
Thanks.
No, because you rolled a 1, right?
I did. Hey guys, there's
20 seconds to
Please get me to
pressure
that
equilibrium.
computer module. And I'm going to that computer module in order to use the computer.
Okay.
I'm trying to hold the doors together.
With your hands.
Yeah.
I'm assuming, no, you can try it with the force.
Can I do that? Like a force barrier?
Well, if you wanted to use the force to put the handle back in,
Okay.
you can definitely do that. Did you want to aid her in using the force?
Am I? Well, I'm a little torn now because am I helping her get to the console or am I helping her with the force?
I mean, after you push me.
Okay. Yeah, just...
Okay. Ah, here's the console, doof. Okay.
All right.
So roll your use the force skill first, because if he's aiding you, you're gonna get a bonus.
Okay, so that would be
The bottom one in your whole list on the right. No.
What?
That side, bottom one.
Oh, 4?
Mm-hmm.
So roll a d4?
No, you roll a d20, you add 4.
Oh, okay. 14.
Okay, that's going to give you a bonus. So give me a roll.
20.
And for a second, you feel somebody else's, someone else is helping you. Like you're like, oh, because you put the handle back in the thing, and then you stretch out with the force, and you feel somebody basically, guiding onto your hand, and manual override deactivated.
And then I'm over there going, I told you, I didn't just simply find that lightsaber.
All right. Well, you know what,
In
kid?
the background, you see a flying Ewok just roll past.
That is much better.
Okay, let's go.
I like that you have to pump yourself back into normal.
So we continue on.
Excellent, says BlissX. I think we're coming across a medical bay. Does anyone feeling tired or hurt?
Also, me. I can help you. I will treat your injuries.
Please do.
The doors open up to the medical bay, and there is a tense standoff as a collection of about half a dozen Imperial officers, scramble through their blasters, and then you hear a robotic voice says, "Halt! You are all my patients in this room. I do not wish to have spent all of this time putting you together for you to tear yourselves apart. Put your weapons down, please." And the officers begrudgingly do so. And a skeletal Imperial medical droid, imagine the one from Empire Strikes Back, but maybe a little more angular. I am MX-14. What are the natures of your injuries?
Blaster fire?
And I list off their injuries.
Yeah.
I've been with a couple little.
I see.
And
Yes.
to my left hip.
Unfortunately, TC-23, I am a medical droid and not a repair droid. You are on your own for your repairs. I apologize.
Understood.
As for the rest of you, let me see what I can do.
Let's repair.
Mechanics.
Okay.
I have an 8 on mechanics. Can I try to...
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
You got a 1 on that. I ain't no help. I've been on the backside of nowhere for a while.
You haven't guessed I have nothing?
With your primitive ways.
Should I do that now, or should I wait?
Until you probably get some healing.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah, heal him first. Kid needs some help. Kid, you ain't looking so good.
I don't feel so good.
I can see that.
All
A lot of hard candy.
So,
Yeah.
There's one of my guys at work that have started getting butterscotch in his pockets just to hand out to people. I don't know. I'm good.
so each of you, so because of MX heals everybody back. whatever 5 times your Constitution bonus.
Oh, perfect. That's more than full.
Okay.
I'm assuming we can't go above full.
No.
You mean our modifier?
Yeah, the modifier.
I have a -1.
Oh,
So it's
the
a-
modifier?
Yeah, the modifier.
My modifier is 0.
So it's a minimum. So then that's just 5.
That's not great.
Oh, actually, 48. Hold on a second.
He's not very good at his job.
No, I mean, well, he is running low on supplies and everything. So hold on a second. That's thing.
Accidentally injures you and you take 10 damage.
That's funny because it's true. It's probably gonna happen.
Oh, plus. Okay, I'm sorry. I did that wrong. All right.
So we should go back to where we were?
No. He's gonna take 10. Sorry, I'm just muttering to myself because I don't want to sit there and roll for 10 minutes, being like, and then you get 5, and then you get 5.
I'll just roll your.
Yeah. So go ahead and roll her repair.
Oh my god. Nat 20 with +8.
Nice.
You're fine.
Yes, am I back
Full
to
back.
full?
Back to full.
Nice.
Wish I could have done that earlier.
Yeah.
So let's see here. Let me look up a medical droid.
Thank you.
You are welcome.
Okay.
Ow.
So
I feel like the medical droid would probably be more helpful for you guys. That's why I haven't jumped in to treat your injuries.
so everybody actually gets 15 back.
Oh, that's
Oh.
better. That's quite a bit better.
3 + 15. Better.
Thank God.
Yeah.
And
Oh, do I have a condition at all? Probably.
Oh yeah, do we clear those or?
You for conditions. Hold on a second.
I feel like mine cleared because you did.
I think normal is your natural state.
Yeah, normal is your natural state.
Yeah, so you should be. Yeah.
For conditions, you.
Did you get hit over the threshold twice either?
Just once.
I wouldn't fill that one in.
Yeah, because normal is your normal state.
Right.
That's where you should be.
Is anybody further down the track than 1?
No.
Then you're all fine. You basically to restore condition in battle, you have to take 3 swift actions. Basically, go and then you go back.
I figure you just fill it in when that doesn't apply to you anymore, but
Yeah,
So do I not have a condition?
correct.
Cool.
That makes
Are there any discussion? Because it does take a little time for you to
See why you would leave that one, 'cause
you
you
know
go
the doc to get
here
to
as
you
soon
and
as
patch
you
you
get-
up. Is there anything that you discussed while you all are healing?
I discussed with my master our route to get to the docking bay.
It should still be fine. Just.
I like put up a hologram that he can.
Question. Why are you trying to help us? Where in the hell did you find this thing?
First
Which-
of all, he's a med droid.
No, she's talking to Blissix. The
Oh,
man.
Okay.
Well, he's like, well, they both start talking at the same time.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry.
No, you go.
No,
It's
no, it's okay.
Okay, straight up, someone answer me.
Well, and they both start talking at the same time. Oh no, I'm terribly sorry. I didn't. No, it's very rude.
I
of me.
feel like you're more a priority.
No, it's all right.
You first, then you. Go.
What was the question?
Why the hell are you trying to help us?
I was betrayed.
By whom and what am I involved in this for?
I don't know why you're here or what brought you aboard this vessel, but I was, he comes over to you there's rumors of a rebellion, and I was looking to join them. And someone close to me betrayed me.
Buddy, the rebellion died a few years ago. Not sure if you heard.
No, there's a new one. There's supposedly a new one starting up.
I'm too old for this shit.
And I thought that I can't stand to see the things that the ships that I created being used for what they're being used for. And so I thought that if I could find the rebellion, I could give them information to attack and destroy these vessels.
I could tell you where they were 20 years back.
Well, I need to know where they are now, but the reason I need to find them now, and that's why I'm taking you all out of here. Because clearly, if you were in those detention cells, you did something that upset the Empire as well. Yes.
I'm not sure they knew who they had, but yeah.
Well, clearly not. I mean, you're some sort of Jedi master.
Personally, I think I'm innocent, but they thought otherwise.
They
All
didn't know it
right,
was in
second
that cell.
question. Where in the hell did you find this?
Doesn't matter where I found it, but I was told to find it and where to find it.
Okay. Where'd you find it?
Where did I find it?
Where'd you find it?
Where'd you find it?
I'm gonna say, kind of like this rundown, almost shack kind of home, makeshift home, outside of like a old Jedi temple.
On some weird moon around Endor.
That tracks. Makes sense. They have a habit of falling into the hands of them that can use it. All right, kid, let's see what you can do.
Do I know how to use it?
You probably know how to, like...
If you swing it hard,
I like that Lord of the Board Brad is lead as far away. It's just so you just hear.
Like, do it backwards.
Whoa! Yeah, I'm sure you figured out how to turn it on and off, but you've never actually trained with it at all.
So,
And you see a sea of whispers and murmurs pass through the injured Imperials that are in the medical bay.
we killed them all.
What did you say?
We killed them all? It was by accident.
Mighty long time.
He is completely untrained. Like even just holding it, he's like he is a tiny deer standing up for the first time.
So you figured out how to turn it on, huh?
I mean, that's the most important
He's got to
part.
rub it right on the button.
Is it though?
I mean, you can't use it without turning it on.
You can throw it at stuff. Still pretty heavy.
That's true. It is quite heavy.
Has some girth.
It has a nice girth to it. I'm gonna say too, this is also why me having this is also why I was arrested.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are you giving it back or are you hanging on to it?
Well, I'm holding it.
Okay.
For
Well, you're
sure.
moving forward, like.
Do you recognize it?
I do.
How?
Kid, I ain't seen that lightsaber in about 20 years. The man who wielded that saber Best man you'll ever ask to meet.
Can you describe him?
Kid, I doubt you'd have been alive long enough to have seen him.
Just humor me, please, and describe him.
Pardon the interruption, says the medical droid, but I believe that you should be moving on. I have detected a surreptitious transmission from one of the stormtrooper helmets in this room, and there are additional guards coming.
We'll talk later, kid.
Okay. In the meantime, I'm gonna trust you with this.
Thanks, kid. I know it bothers you for me to call you kid. I'm gonna keep doing it.
No, I don't care.
I'm sure it bothers your character.
Oh yeah, the character for
Yeah.
sure.
Out of game. That was me.
Okay.
Mira's just like, I know you hate when I call you kid.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna keep calling
Oh
you
yeah.
kid.
Oh yeah.
All right, so we kind of have to fast forward a little bit. So you're making your way through through the hallways of the Star Destroyer, and Blissix stops. Now, was it left then right then? I forget. Was it that? Because that was, if that was the A configure. Just one moment.
Oh god.
And he goes over to a computer terminal and starts clacking away. What is this blasted Starfall protocol?
Do I know what that protocol is?
Give me a knowledge check roll.
No. Tactics or physical science?
Tactics.
Yeah, plus 9. 7 plus 9 is
16.
16.
Good math, Jordan.
I was braining it. Tommy just
Brain it faster.
7 plus 3 is 10 plus 6 is 16.
1 plus 2 plus 2 plus 1.
That rings a bell with you because when you were accessing the terminal, the detention center, you noticed that there was an order that was broadcasted out to all the department chiefs called classified Starfall protocol. Well, let me ask you this: did you access it?
I would have accessed it because if we were doing an escape and something went across ship, I would have tried to see what was going on.
So the Starfall protocol is the captain of the subjugator has activated the self-destruct mechanism of the vessel. But it's not just that. In addition to activating the self-destruct protocol on the vessel, he also put out a distress signal to the ships that attacked it, to basically lure them in, so that went to, oh, we need your help in shipping the wounded off.
It's a trap.
It is, as they say, a trap.
Master, the Starfall protocol is all the stuff Rob just said.
But with more glitches.
Thank you. You're very handsome, dude. I know it.
It was deployed approximately 2 light clicks ago.
Sure. Okay.
2 space numbers.
2 beep boops ago.
2 snip snips.
2 vibro minutes. Oh dear.
Sounds like that ain't good.
Well, the ship, the damage to the ship was caused by an attack, and if they put out the distress call, They're trying to inflict the maximum amount of damage before they don't want this ship to fall into the hands of the rebellion, but the captain also wants to try and take as many of those ships with him as possible.
Well, you designed the ship. Can we reverse the message?
Well, if we can get if we can get to, there are a few ways that we could do it. We could either see who's still alive on the bridge, and perhaps shut it down up there. I could use. If you got me to the engine core, I could shut down the engine core of the vessel, and therefore it wouldn't. This vessel it wouldn't explode. Or if we can get outside the energy or the ray shielding of the Star Destroyer, if those vessels have come back, we could send out radios to attempt to try and get their attention. But that would mean if we did that, each of us should take a vessel and fly separately, because that's more chances that somebody will hear us.
I tend to prefer the direct approach. Let's go for the bridge.
Take me to the bridge.
I mean, clearly, the rebellion could use the information on this ship. Can't rightly say they're going to be happy to see me, but, well, here we are.
This is against the Geneva conventions.
Does that exist in this galaxy?
Alderon conventions? Sure.
Genosha convention.
Geonosis conventions.
The Gamoran convention?
Can't quite say I
Actually,
care.
Geonosis conventions would work because that was. Sorry, I'm gonna fall down a Wikipedia hole, and it's only Steve Greenwood can save me. All right.
Thoughts?
If we turn it down at the core, then the bridge may not know what we have done.
All I know is I can fly.
Flying birds.
What?
I know I am not a good pilot.
I'm okay.
Sounds like we're at odds here. A little bit.
Not so much at odds as much as we have options.
What do you think?
I think we should make it to the bridge.
Ruba thinks that we should go to the bridge.
Ah! It's a language.
Are you being spacist?
Yeah. I'm backwater, middle of nowhere. I don't know what this thing is.
It is called an Ewok.
Ewok.
This specific Ewok
Kinda
is
cute.
called Rumba.
Ramba. I like you. You're cute.
Rumba, she thinks you are adorable.
Stab her in the ankle.
All right, less cute. Less cute.
You have corrected her opinion.
To the bridge?
All right. So here's how we're going to do this. You're each going to tell me what skill you're going to use, and we're going to do this as a old school. This is weird to say because it was 4th edition skill challenge. So you tell me what skill you want to use. You tell me how you're going to do it, and I will tell you what to roll. And you need to get 6 successes before 3 failures. The other thing to note is that once you have used a skill in the skill challenge, you may not use it again. So that way you can't just spam one
Use
thing.
the force. Use the force.
Yeah.
Use the force. But the force is the only thing I'm good at.
And so I know I built your character. I remember, like that.
I'm a glass cannon.
You are a force using, like you are a specialist to say the least.
I'm a monster.
Are we okay, Brad?
Okay.
Can I inspire confidence in them now?
No, that's only an encounter.
For anyone that's at home, there's a lot of loud music. If you can't hear it, that's good. Keeping my fingers crossed.
I'm sure that when you guys edit this for the podcast, you're gonna be like,
totally copyrighted.
Oh yeah. Shit.
we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So who wants to go? So basically, the way that it's going to work is this.
How many?
If you're successful in the skills challenge, they don't know you're coming. If you're unsuccessful in the skin challenge, they know you're coming.
I can start by gathering some information.
I don't know how to.
What if I only have 5 skills?
Pick your best and figure out how to use it.
We need 6, right?
6.
6
Together.
total successes. yeah.
Total.
Oh, all of us.
Yes.
I was thinking individually.
No,
I was like, I only
no.
have 5 of
No,
them.
we only have 30 minutes until the end of the episode. So,
Let's start with gathering info.
how are you gathering info?
I'm going to. Oh, I guess that makes sense. Let me work through that.
No, you tell me. You can justify it. It's Star Wars. Make some Vibro stuff up.
I'm going to access the radio communication network and gather the people that are telling their locations to do check-in, so we can try to navigate the best figure without running into.
All right. So go ahead and give me a gather information check. Your DC is going to be.
That's a good sign.
Is going to be 15.
+9. 5 + 9.
14.
Can you use the force, or can you use a force point on this?
I can. I have those.
You do.
I do that. +2.
16.
All right. So you've got the radar things, and you've basically got that map that you pulled up before for Master Lissix, and you basically are plopping. Okay, there's a squad here. There's a squad here. These guys are here. They go to who's
All
next?
possible routes are slowly being.
Right.
So we're trying to get to the core, right?
No, we're going to the bridge.
The bridge. Is anybody in there? Do we know?
Not that you know, no.
Okay. Well, I was going to use deception. As my skill. The best way I can think of to do that is to take one of the downed stormtrooper suits and put it on.
The classic maneuver.
Yeah,
All right.
and try to clear a path, basically.
Okay, go ahead and give me a deception check. Your target is going to be 15.
9 + 9 is 18. So
All right.
As we're going, can I use the force to force choke a couple of stormtroopers? Not to death, but to passing out.
To sleeping.
Sleeping.
To not get dark side.
Sleep.
Can you not go like 20 minutes without force choking a stormtrooper?
It's been a minute. The dam is broken. I gotta let it all out.
Family choke Finn.
Are you sure that you might not be the bad guy?
I'm very sure, yeah.
Jerry's still up.
So I like this idea. So
You get choked.
you go walking up to a couple of stormtroopers that have guarded in the elevator, and you've got your hands up because he's behind you in his stormtrooper outfit, and your hands go from this to this, and then you do that. So go ahead and give me a use the force.
23.
All right, that's gonna do that. They
So
drop.
that's 3 successes. We're halfway there.
I would like to crawl into the vents and try to follow the path given and give notifications if anybody's.
Okay, that sounds like a stealth roll to me.
Yes.
Need some recon.
Yes. I rolled a 19 and I have +16.
All right. So who wants to take the risk on the final 2?
I'm bad at literally everything
I have
else.
a 14 in persuasion, so I will help with their gambit in order to persuade us past some cards.
Nice.
Okay. Do you expand the gambit so that both her and Master Blissix are captured then?
Yes.
Okay. Give me a persuasion check, target 20.
Fail.
17 plus a force point.
And you can only spend 1 force point, so I hope you roll a 3.
2. 6.
Ha! The
Alright.
only other thing I'm good at is climbing, jumping, and swimming.
I could do mechanics, and I could maybe lock blast doors behind us so we can
Do it.
keep them from interrupting us.
Yeah. Okay, target is going to be 20.
Alright. I got 18.
Nice.
So
What do you add to it?
Force point?
Oh, what do I add to it?
Oh, was that? Did you roll an 18 or did you?
I rolled a 10
Oh,
plus 8.
never
So
mind.
if you spend a force point and roll a 2 or better
Yep, force point.
on a D8.
Get it?
D8.
Get it? You have no skills.
Oh, no!
That's one fail.
Okay. I will try the run, jump, swim, or climb, jump, swim. 'Cause it's
Otherwise,
the
I
only
could
thing
try
I'm medium
Okay, so-
good at. Can I do the cool parkour thing, where I get behind a couple of stormtroopers by
Well,
jumping?
so
up
here's the
walls?
thing.
Okay.
So let's. So it looks like basically you've got the gambit of
Yeah.
you as lone stormtrooper, you and Blissix as
Prisoners.
captives, and you as silly harmless droid. So you're like, all right, I just gotta. So you get up to the bridge, and sir, we've captured the prisoners, and Koloff turns around and says, excellent.
Wait, those are the stunt doubles. Sorry.
This is a good one.
And you're like
it.
okay, now I'm going to turn around. All I got to do is lock the elevator, and the bridge elevator apparently has far more complex protocols than just boop, all right, it's locked. And you're like, and you sort of you shoot a sideways glance at Miera. So to do some crazy Jedi flip stuff. Okay, so run, jump, climb. Target is going to be 20.
Oh, net 20! Oh! Sorry, that was very exciting.
Unlike Jeremy Renner, you don't break both your arms.
Koloff
love you,
turns
Jeremy
around. So Koloff, I think, turns around and starts doing a little bit of an evil speech of evil. So allow me to speechify. It's far too late for all of us. The protocols that we've enacted will ensure that these foolish rebels will not even have a fleet that can stand to the true power of the Galactic Empire. The ships that we destroy here today will no longer be able to be used in their futile struggle. And I have you to thank for it, Blissix, or I should say, your daughter to thank for it. What? Who do you think gave me your coordinates, Blissix? Yes, he turns around. Your daughter has... Where?
Me? Is it me?
Where's the other one?
Oh.
And that's when you drop down behind him.
Hello, Commander.
You're Jedi too?
Sort of.
It's a really dark side laugh.
It's a very bitter laugh. Bitter from all of the years.
I get the feeling that if we ever met any of the Jedi who knew her, where she's like, yeah, I quit that stupid Jedi Academy, everyone's like, she was asked to leave?
No. This is new. This is bitterness from all of the years.
I know.
I guess This is the moment where I force slam some birches.
No, you
we did the thing.
You did the thing, so you don't have to have a fight. You've got these dead to rights.
All right. Never mind.
Now, I'm going to give you a choice here, Jedi. You can attempt to persuade him to deactivate the.
I don't have force persuade.
Or
You can use regular persuade.
you strike him down. You take a dark side point, but the crew immediately is like, F this, Control Alt Delete, we're done.
Or I drop out of the vent stand.
Or you hurt him enough that I can demand he surrenders.
I'm gonna try to persuade.
Alright. Well, persuade. Don't just be like, I'm gonna roll it.
Well, I want to see how well I do before I speak.
Well, at least tell me how, what you're
alright.
saying to try to get him to.
You know.
I'm assuming your lightsaber is your lightsaber still up? Okay.
We'll use high quality props here.
Wiggle your ears for me, Ethan.
Okay.
Follow us on Patreon and we can afford props like this.
This is where your generous donations are going.
Here's the thing, Commander. I ain't been a Jedi in a good couple of years. In fact, it's been a little while since I even held a lightsaber. Not sure I quite remember how to really use it, but here we are. You, me, all of them. And you have a choice here. You can lay down. You can let us succeed. And you can tell them that we forced you into it. Or you can lay down your life.
You're a Jedi. You won't strike down an unarmed man.
Pretty sure I just told you I ain't.
Alright, give me that persuade roll.
I like how your light side persuade is to threaten.
Yeah. I also like his.
It was a light threat.
Oh! 7.
Okay.
It's not very effective.
It's super ineffective.
And we all blow up.
That'd be so sad.
Oh, by the way,
I mean, this is definitely still out.
Yeah.
I don't know why I did that. I just, it's very downtrodden.
Maybe that's because your roll. You're just like, I don't know what I'm doing.
He doesn't believe me that I'll kill him.
No, he tells you, I'm going to die either way, Jedi.
I want to lop his head off, but I can't.
You can do whatever
No,
you
I
want.
can't.
You can absolutely do it.
No, I can't.
You can. If you take a dark side, one dark side point, you can lop his head off, and this will all be over.
For the record, there are 24 here.
Well, you can take a number equal to your wisdom, and then you're out.
I want to point out my wisdom is 14.
Yeah, that's so that's 1/14 of the dark side.
I mean, how about I'm distracting him and so someone else do
I
something?
can do that.
Like what?
I would love to drop down from a vent and stab him.
Trying
And
to
it would do
access
nothing.
the computer terminals.
I will walk up to him as a stormtrooper and put my blaster to his head.
Okay.
Does that work?
Deceive him.
Oh, I can't use. Can I use deception?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Can I? We're not in the encounter.
Yeah. No.
should I roll it or?
What is your path of deception here? What are you trying to like?
Oh, I'm not trying to deceive. I'm just trying to like. I'm basically just saying.
You could
I'm not a
protect.
Jedi. Do it, or I'll blast your head off.
Okay. That.
Will that give you a dark point?
Will it?
Really?
Talking trash is fine.
Okay. All right.
But actually doing it is.
Yeah. Less
But actually,
than fine.
straight murdering is what does the dark side point. So that's going to be a persuasion check.
Okay. Which I'm not good at.
Great.
We'll try. 16.
Do you want to spend?
Sure, why not? it worked so well before. I actually have 5 right now, so this will be at 4. 18.
It's not enough.
What does my presence do?
Through
The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. I'm gonna slice his head off.
through the window, you see the fleet start to jump in from hyperspace.
The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. I'm slicing off his head.
Oh, I was totally bluffing.
And Koloff drops. You take a dark side point, but then one of the officers in the pit.
You're next.
Deactivating Starfall protocol, ma'am. And we cut to, or we star wipe to the bay of one of the capital ships, and Blissex and the 4 of you are speaking with one of the, I don't know what. Well, no, we kind of set this pre New Hope.
Oh.
Did we?
I don't know.
I don't
Can't
think we
be
discussed.
Space Mom.
Could it be Akbar?
Sure, fine. You know what? Let's see Leia can.
Space Mom!
And Senator Organa, well, is speaking with Blissex, and she puts her hand on his shoulder, and he gestures over to the 4 of you, and she makes her way over and says, "So it seems that you all have my thanks for bringing Walex Blissex over to the side of the rebellion. What about you? Are you on our side? Or are we going to send you off in a small vessel to make your own fortune? We need as many good beings as we can to fight for our cause."
The honor was ours. 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 The honor was ours.
Senator Organa, I'd just like to throw out there that I'm single. So.
Alright, kid.
About to get word slammed by
I mean, it's out there now. Just saying.
Well, I'm. Thank you for that vital update to your health condition, Mr. Orn.
I don't rightly know that you'd be too happy to take me back.
I said we need good people, and whether you think you are or not, you are good.
All right. Let's do it again.
Well, the sooner that I can find something for you to do, the sooner that I can get Garrick off this ship. So, let's start then, shall we? And the final shot of the show is of the ship, which we all recognize as the Tantive 4 rocketing into hyperspace. And that is where we end our live anniversary show of Theater of the Mind Players. Do we need to do a debrief afterwards, or? I don't think so. I think we've gotten plenty of things of drama and adventure here today for our our show. So we'd like to thank everybody for tuning in to our live Twitch broadcast. We'd also like to thank everybody who listens to us on podcasts and watches our VOD. For the rest of 2019, that's going to be our friends at on Patreon. But after Merry Sithmas, we'll be releasing this to the rest of the public. So we'd like to thank everybody for watching us today, and hopefully you'll catch us later. In the meantime, for Tony Thompson, Ethan Extenders, Jordan Fisher, Tony Chi, and Lord of the Board, Brad Davies, this is... Oh, how did he get on camera? Where's the squirt bottle?
I dropped it.
This is Rob Wieland saying, just repeat to yourself, it's just a game. I should really just relax, and may the Force be with you always.